All right, here we go, chill. All right, guys, so we're going into game 3, and I'm not all surprised to be tied up now 1-1 here. I think in the last time that we casted the Alienware Arena Finals, it went the full 5 games, did it not, Chill?
Yeah, I think it did.
So we'll have to see here who's really going to take the edge. We're going on to our next map. It's going to be MLG Antigua Shipyard. Of course, the MLG version does mean that you only spawn cross positions. So right now, if these players are aware of the fact that this is the MLG version, they know exactly where their opponent's at. And it really kind of breeds a longer, more drawn-out macro game, which I think is a lot of the reason why this map is really becoming a big favorite in the tournament scene.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about this map, but I think we can just jump into the game and then talk about it as we go. Oh, you already are in the game. Wow.
I'm in the game, man.
so fast. But anyway, so what I was saying, cross positions on this map, especially TVT, you get your nice, safe, natural. Rush distance is very far.
Yep.
And then you get a fairly safe third. Yeah, you have the backdoor rocks, but if you're playing with tanks as you should in TVT, you have a nice, comfortable position to defend both your natural and your third. And then if the game gets pretty far into the mid game, I think it really heats up because we're going to see the player playing bio really be able to spread his wings and expand in either direction or both directions, whereas the guy playing mech can really control the center, really deny those gold bases, and that sets up an interesting TVT dynamic on this map.
Yeah, I feel like in TVT, over at the MLG Global Invitational, we've casted a ton of TVTs in the Korean region of that tournament. And when we watched Bomber versus MVP play on this map, both players, and the reason that this kind of stands out to me is historically MVP favors mech in almost every single one of his TVT scenarios, regardless of map. But on this map, he went for that middle of the road type build with the Marine tank, and I really feel like that is the best possible build on this map because Bomber was doing it as well, and it was super back and forth, but the ability to be mobile with the drops with the Marines as well as kind of set up static defense around the map is really something that kind of plays to this map. Yeah,
that's a key point because as I was talking about, you can defend all 3 bases at your third base up on this high ground. Well, you know, the key point is look at how much area there is to drop if you're playing like that. Your third base can easily be dropped from, if we look at DDE's base, his third base can be dropped from the south and his main base can be dropped from both the south and the east, and then you can easily even fly around the north and start harassing the natural. Meanwhile, KawaiiRice going for a build I think should become the standard in TVT on Antigua, which is going for the gasless expansion. The rush distance here is just so absurdly far that you're going to be able to defend any sort of standard rush or standard play. I think if you're going to play on this map, you should either be going for insanely fast expansions or go for a build that directly tries to punish an insanely fast expansion, and we have a proxy starport.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen this done before, at least in competitive play on this map. So we'll have to see. We see 2 more racks going down. If he continues to produce Marines out of that and does not add on any reactors or tech labs, he should be able to defend against this proxy Banshee pretty easily. But if he does decide to add on those 2 reactors and a possible tech lab onto this racks, he's really going to be behind in the mineral or marine count, excuse me, and he's going to be able to do a lot of damage with that Banshee.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I like this or not, and I feel like I don't, because you know he's got to build the tech lab anyway. Whereas if he was building this in his main base, he would already have the tech lab there and could start building a Banshee right away. So yeah, he's gonna save a little bit of time, but it's way more risky than if he wasn't playing like this. If he did it in his main base, yeah, he's going to do some damage, he's not going to kill him, but if it doesn't work, he can easily expand, easily transition into anything else. Now the scan from KawaiiRice is going to go into DDE's main base. He's going to notice that there's a factory and buildings missing, but he's also going to see that there's 2 refineries being mined out of, so he may be able to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, he immediately put down an engineering bay over at his natural. He kind of knows, well, he has to have something. I mean, you don't just go factory without anything on it unless you're going Banshee somewhere. But he hasn't repositioned. Oh, there he goes now, repositioning a couple of Marines. He does have a bunker with 4 Marines up in them already at his natural. But We see that first Banshee is out. Cloak is only about halfway complete. He's really going to kind of set the pace of this game to see how many kills you can actually get here.
Right, and KawaiiRice doesn't have stim. He doesn't even have it started. He decided instead to go kind of the safer route, which is going straight for that combat shield, losing a lot of Marines here.
Wow.
The Banshee dealing so much damage. Now going to go to work on that SCV. KawaiiRice really trying to finish his turret, now bringing in more Marines, just getting gunned down. And with the second Banshee joining the fray, that's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Yes, KawaiiRice gets his first turret up, but DDE now has Cloak completed, and he's going to find a new point to harass. Meanwhile, KawaiiRice smartly has been saving scans. He's going to have 3 scans in just a moment.
Yep, and there's the first scan. Oh, and he does get it with the Marines on the other hand, or on the other side. Where is that second Banshee, though? Did he cancel it?
We look at the units tab, he doesn't...
Oh, the missile turret killed it. He let it fly straight into the missile turret.
Oh, damn.
DDE, what are you... You're messing up, man.
That's a big problem because, you know, the Banshee reduced the Marine count just a little bit, but KawaiiRice's expansion was up significantly faster than DDE's. Looking at the units tab, we can see he's already got a 6 SCV advantage over DDE, and DDE now going to start to mine at his natural, but he's going to be going to the mid game with a bit of a deficit. And you know, the other problem here is look where his starport is. Like, yeah. He can't play with that forever. At some point he's going to have to either give it up and float it back or just let it die.
You know, I'm kind of wondering right now if DDE might just go for a big kind of all-in. He's saving up. I thought he was saving up some of these Banshees, but he's still continuing to build them at least. Just now cloaking, trying to do his best to hurt the Marine count of KawaiiRice and also take out some of these reactors, which he might get pretty close to doing so. But here's DDE now starting to bunker, as it will get scanned right outside the main base of KawaiiRice, but he also has a big army coming behind it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's pushing here because DDE is not building anything behind this. He's got no production facilities that are being built behind, which, you know, if you were going to go all in, you'd think you'd drop a dozen more barracks or something, but now he's sieging up the tank. Oh my god, the Banshee gets taken out, so there's no vision. Finally a scan goes down, but not before all the tanks are getting taken out. Look at the production possibilities coming out of DDE. He's got 1 factory, 1 barracks, 1 starport. Like, it just doesn't make sense. He's not going to be able to continue to be aggressive. He's got to pull back and look at a mid-game plan here. Yeah,
and KawaiiRice is responding just how you want to. You're going to add on more racks, you're going to take a 3rd base, and you really don't have to do all that much because your opponent's already done so much for you with that last attack. Losing those 2 tanks on the high ground, especially that Banshee, really set him really far behind. If he can get this 3rd base up without any opposition, it's really going to be hard for DDE to come back.
Yeah, the one benefit that DDE's gotten from this is that it put a lot of pressure on KawaiiRice. KawaiiRice was floating 1,000 minerals when that harassment and when that attack was going to his natural. Now Banshee going over to KawaiiRice's natural, going to fly into the turret, but he forces a stim, going to scan. No, whoa, he decides not to. Now dancing back and forth, so we've got that harassment. But the other thing that it's delayed by putting pressure on KawaiiRice is look how late his starport is. He hasn't got a reactor on it. Just now getting his first medevac out as DD continues to harass the natural, bringing down the SCV, building that command center. Now a scan goes up. Very smart play by KawaiiRice to only scan a small portion of his army and use it to kill the Banshee. But this is different than what we saw in Game 1. In Game 1, what we saw was KawaiiRice defending extremely easily, take no damage from it, and take a fairly significant lead into the mid-game. In this game, DD is at least pushing back, dealing a little bit of damage. That Banshee not the best as it gets taken out for free, but at least, you know, he's putting a little bit of pressure, and we're seeing the effects on KawaiiRice. Yeah, we see the starport finally being lifted. DDE now really kind of getting into his stride with the Blue Flame Hellion upgrade finishing. He's down, or already up to 3 factories, the 3rd base started, but KawaiiRice is starting to slowly move out. This is kind of what we saw on Skirmishes, except for the fact that he hasn't really been hurt too much by any Blue Flames. He did lose. Oh, is he actually going to get... Well, he still might be able to kill a lot of those, but... Oh my god. He didn't get them. Oh my god. So he swiped a few of them down with that Blue Flame shot, but I thought they were all going to go up in smoke. You know, I was actually thinking KawaiiRice would have so many more SCVs, but it's only 60 to 55.
those Banshees really did not do all that much damage in the opening.
KawaiiRice also floating 150 energy on his main orbital, so that can't all be for scans. That's got to be a little bit of a misstep. He's well defended in his main. He doesn't need very many more scans to deal with Banshees, but we'll have to see if he starts dropping those mules as he pushes into the middle of the map.
Yeah, and you know, he might just go for a big push. He might just go and try to deny third base if he believes it to be up, but here comes some Hellions trying to slip into the third base, and they will, as the depot is just about to go down. He's going to kill a lot of these SCVs now. We see some Hellions running here over into the natural, and he's going to get some SCVs there, but we also see KawaiiRice now pushing here into the main. Oh no, he's lining them up, chill. He's going to kill so many there.
Up, man. Oh no! Oh my god, don't do it! You have so much to live for!
Well, I mean, he's just focusing on this big attack here. All the SCVs being pulled for DDE at the natural, but KawaiiRice is just doing so much damage here. This one tank in the backfield, destroying the majority of those Marines.
Yeah, he's, okay, I was worried he was going to be able to take the orbital down, but DDE realizing and lifting it off. KawaiiRice still having the significant tank numbers here. It's 3-2, and one of DDE's tanks is taking a lot of damage. But here we go, bringing the SCVs out to try to push forward. Hellions not focusing on the Marines, and two of them going to go down, but now all the Marines getting surrounded. Tanks still alive. Both of the tanks go down for DDE, and KawaiiRice still has two of his tanks left to focus down the remainder of the army. Oh my god, 94 to supply to 46, 3 base to 2. After seeing those Hellions take all the Marines out, or excuse me, take all those SCVs out, I thought DDE would have had a significant lead. It looked like he was defending that nicely, but then he got a little impatient, tried to break it when he shouldn't have, and again, just not enough production facilities. He's got 2 factories with reactors and only 1 with a tech lab. He's also got a starport with the reactor making Vikings, but he just does not have the infrastructure he needs to support this.
Yep, we see some more Blue Flame Hellions now slipping into the third base, killing a lot of these SCVs, but I'm not... Wow, he actually got a lot there. If we go and look at the units tab, 57 for KawaiiRice and 39 for DDE. DDE just lost so many, trying to make sure that he did not die to that last attack with so many of the SCVs from his natural having to be involved in that fight. But now it looks like KawaiiRice is going to move out once again, and this time he has so many tanks.
And you know what this game is starting to remind me of is when your friend starts to learn RTS, and you know he's microing his one unit like DDE is like so much, doing a lot of damage with Hellions and Banshees, and your other friend just makes SCVs and like 2 kinds of units and just holds down the A key. Like KawaiiRice has a 60 supply lead here at the 17-minute mark, or moving on to the 18-minute mark, and that is just massive considering that 40 supply of that is going to be in SCVs. KawaiiRice just able to contain DDE here, load up, drop on 2 different fronts, and sit on a superior economy.
Yeah, you know, KawaiiRice didn't really even have to force this battle right now that he is at the natural, but I feel like he's going to have enough resources that he can just come back for another attack now, 70 to 134. If we look back here, he's got already a huge amount of Marines and tanks.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, any trade for KawaiiRice is going to be good for him. So he traded down the majority of the armies, or the majority of the units there. We've got only 5 Hellions and 1 siege tank on the battlefield for DDE, and you know his production facilities are under siege. And look at the reinforcements coming out for KawaiiRice. He's got 4 medevacs. That's going to be able to load up the entirety of the army and just continue this harassment. And that's a problem. If KawaiiRice just rammed in the front door, maybe, just maybe DDE could hold. But with all these medevacs, it opens up the possibility, and there's just going to be no way DDE can hold on all fronts.
Yeah, DDE is going for a Blue Flame drop here, but did not kill too many of the SCVs. A lot of them were able to get out. And here comes a drop straight into the main base of DDE on all of the production facilities. There's the GG. KawaiiRice will take the 2-1 advantage here, but this is a best of 5, so it's first to 3. But I gotta say, KawaiiRice, he didn't do anything bad that game. He just played the game, and DDE, I think, was the one that really messed up.
Yeah, KawaiiRice seems to be the star in every game. So, the games he wins, it's because he just plays well. He plays solid. He doesn't do anything stupid. He just, makes the right unit composition, doesn't take excessive damage and then attacks and wins. That's kind of the solid way to play StarCraft. And then when he loses, it's like, I can't even imagine what was what was going through his head. Like,
right.
he just attacks and dies. So DDE's gotta step his game up just a little bit, or else he's going to be a non-factor in this game number 4.
Yeah, we'll see if KawaiiRice can seal this up and win 3-1, or if DDE's going to tie it up, and we'll go to that all-important Game 5. Got to go to this quick commercial break, but we'll see you guys with Game 4 right after.